Hey everybody, we're going to be reacting to The Old Ways with Nicolas Cage. Have not seen a Nicolas Cage movie in a minute.
It's been I watched National Treasure fairly recently.
Well, we're going to watch it and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So, let's go back into the old days. Wyatt.
I want you to understand how good a woman your mama was. She took Briggs,
She
the
died.
oldest killer that I've ever met, and she turned him into a family man.
My mama's dead now.
Wait a minute.
Coming in one way or another.
Is that Norman Reedus?
Yeah.
Tell me the names of the men who did this. As long as that little girl is alive, there's no room for vengeance.
No vengeance.
You're protecting a killer from another killer.
Can you teach me how to shoot?
Yeah.
I can do
Put
that.
your hands behind your back.
Now, Briggs,
Especially that Rossi.
My father wants your gun.
I'll blow her brains all over this valley.
you ain't scared of nothing.
If Briggs
Nicolas
decides he's
Cage.
coming, Colton Briggs is coming.
Sound like he's the one who's scared.
My whole life, I'd seen fear in the eyes of every man I ever met.
Let's do this the old way.
Is my father still a good man?
You boys woke up the devil.
Cool.
The Old Ways.
You know, this movie has potential.
Yeah.
Two-way potential. Potential to be really bad.
Well,
Or-
it's Nicolas Cage.
Or potential to be really good. And a thoroughly enjoyable film.
The first thing on top of I'm excited for it only because of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, you're not a Norman Reedus
Well,
fan?
Norman Reedus too. I
we
guess.
only saw one scene of him. I don't know how much he's going to be in the movie.
It had more of a plot than this film, but it felt very similar to, what was it, Old Henry?
Yeah,
Old Henry
solid movie.
that we watched, that came out a couple years back. 2020? 2019? Something like that. During the pandemic. A lot of people didn't know about it because of the pandemic and everything. That it kind of had the similar thing. He's got a daughter, not a son, like Old Henry, but it's like this old, bank robber or
Dangerous guy.
dangerous guy. Something happens to his family, so he's got to avenge him.
Old dangerous guy has to go on an adventure with his daughter. So Logan?
Well,
I mean, that's
Logan's
kind of
different because
He's
it's
an
not a
old dangerous
Western,
guy who goes on an adventure with, essentially his daughter,
but I guess.
X-23. This seems kind of similar, but it could be really fun. I think this
Yeah.
could be a cool, Western shootout, good guys, bad guys,
Yeah.
and a little bit of a family flick right in there somewhere.
It could be a little
And
bit.
Nick Cage totally dies at the end. Come on, he dies at the end.
He better.
That's the way all of these movies end.
I mean, in my
have you
opinion,
seen Old Henry? Have you seen Logan?
the best Western I have seen
It's
in
The
a
Hotel.
long time. Not The Hotel. Is 310 to Yuma with Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, spoiler alert, he dies,
Dead dad. Yeah.
but he still gets on the train. And it's such a good film.
If I were a betting man, I'd
Yeah.
put money on Nick Cage to die in this.
Is he going to steal the Declaration of Independence too?
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's The Old Way. Tell us what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the modern Western movie? How they adapt kind of the old West into modern cinema?
And I think the way they do, westerns in today's culture, it's not nothing compared to the old ways that they used to do it. They used to do it so much better. With like Clint Eastwood. I
don't know. There's a lot of modern styles that work.
Yeah.
The filmmaking, from what I saw, looked pretty cool. It looked
it was good.
It looked
It was
pretty.
good. I was just joshing you.
It didn't look like anything special, which I think is what you need for Western movies.
Yeah.
We don't need big panoramic shots. We don't need drones flying over. You just need the people in the towns.
I will say
close-ups.
I know you were trying to close.
Mm-hmm. I was.
Ooh,
that blurry image is really good. Why don't you pick one?
Okay, let me go to some. It did feel very clean, in my opinion.
It does look pretty clean.
Which, when I watch a film, when it feels that way, it feels very indie to me. Like there's not a big budget.
Shots like this here with the. Did you get this, Joe?
Yeah.
Yep. Shots like this where they're on the horses.
Yeah.
And then where she's got a gun, where they've got guns trained on. Like this one here shows it off. It does look very clean.
Yeah.
Right? But it's not super. The color grading is, I think, well done for a Western movie. I don't like it to go too far on either end. Super grungy or super, saturated or anything like that.
See, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
that. You know what? That was a lot of my issue with 3:10 to Yuma.
Yeah.
It felt really saturated.
But it puts you in the moment.
It did. It did a
puts you in
good
the
job,
moment.
but it felt really saturated. Whereas Old Henry was almost the opposite. It had, almost not enough.
Yeah.
It didn't have enough color. But if you guys enjoy this, tell us what you think down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys in the next video.